We just got new Himiway bike. Yeah, that was my 4th Olympic Games, and I will have to say it was the most rewarding because we were successful, but one of the most challenging Olympics that I've been a part of. The intensity, anxiety surrounding COVID at the Olympics made the experience very, very taxing, and we're lucky that we did well and we can take that success away from the Olympics, but otherwise it was just a really challenging experience. We were pretty much locked up the whole time, and just for our own safety and to make sure that we didn't get COVID and ruin our Olympic chances. But that just increased the anxiety on top of what normal anxiety every athlete has at the Olympics.
Yeah, that's crazy. What about you, Justin? You said that was your first one, so.
Yeah, it was my first one, and it was probably the most stressful thing I'll ever have or go through in my entire life, I think. It was just like the stresses of COVID out there was pretty scary. Everybody was in hazmat suits that was volunteering and working there, and if you weren't wearing a mask, a police officer would come up to your door and give you a warning, and Ash, what would
one warning?
You only got one warning. You got to wear a mask. But other than that, taking back a medal was the best feeling ever. We lost sleep for I didn't sleep for 3 days after we got the win. I just I would lay there all night and be like, holy smokes, how did that happen? The whole time it was just unbelievable.
Ashley, you said that you guys have had these bikes for about a month?
Yeah, maybe, Justin, you know exact dates, maybe a little more than a month.
It's definitely been over a month.
Okay, and what have you guys had previous e-bikes before? Why did you guys want to get into e-bikes? What was that?
So my dad lived in Park City, Utah for a couple, 5 or so years, and 2 summers ago, he recently purchased 2 e-bikes. And I would go over to his house and ride his e-bikes around, and it was the funnest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because this isn't even a motorcycle, and I can ride on sidewalks, and I can go to the grocery store and do stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And Park City is full of e-bikers. Everybody here is e-biking around the entire town. It's definitely minimized traffic, I hope, a little bit.
They have a local e-bike system already there, so we've used that system in the past, but that's not the same as having your own e-bike. And so I think when it kind of became a good market, there are lots of there's great e-bikes out there, and they're affordable and easy for people to use. We really wanted some. We're big mountain bikers in general, and then also to have something that's more sustainable to ride around in, to get to the grocery store, to training. I think that was a big reason why we reached out. I've got the step through Zebra.
The Zebra. I have the regular Zebra one.
Okay.
I think Justin's jealous of my step through. I think he thought it was girly to begin with, and now I think he's jealous because it's we have our baskets on the back now, and so to swing your leg over, it's you definitely have to be flexible. So mine's a lot easier.
A lot
to
easier
get on and off when you got a lot of stuff on the back. Well, we live in a mountain town, so I would never even fathom biking to the grocery store before having an e-bike, just because it's impractical. Justin, what do you think the altitude difference between where we live and the grocery store is?
Probably 400 feet elevation within 2 miles. So it's everywhere you go, there's hills or mountains that you have to climb and go over, and just to do that on a normal bike, I wouldn't say it's not as fun, but it's just a lot.
Impractical. It would
take impractical.
It would take us way
unless
too long, we'd be exhausted.
If we were doing some type of training for some bike race of some sort, then sure. But we mountain bike for fun, just like we do for e-biking. And like, we used to be big hikers, but then we got the bikes, then we started biking up the mountains and riding down. And now everything we do is pretty much revolved around biking.
Fun.
Oh,
Wait.
yeah. Fun is one.
Fun.
Adventurous.
Active. Adventurous. Yeah.
Exciting.
Word. Smart.
Fun, adventurous, exciting. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's nice about the e-bikes is like they're already fun, but like it changes like chores into fun.
Yeah.
Like for us, like going to the grocery store or like driving, instead of driving to training, now we're e-biking to training. And it's just like
way cooler.
It's instead of just a method to get from A to B, it's like a fun activity to get to A to B. It's like
yeah.
Like,
and
I love it.
The amount of new places we've seen in our town because of our e-bikes is unreal. Like,
sure.
We go on new roads every time we go new paths, like, it doesn't matter, because like if we were on a mountain bike, like we would be exhausted after that day, but we can go home and keep training and ride our e-bikes and have fun and still get some exercise in. So it's just all amazing.
You can explore way more places when you have an e-bike.
Yeah. I've been to Park City once, and it's definitely pretty hilly.
There's tons of e-bikes in Park City, but we are always ripping by everybody else. Everyone's like looking at our bikes.
Yeah.
Like, what are these guys doing?
Everyone loves our bikes, like, big time. And I've never seen a Himiway bike up in Park City. And people are always like, oh, what kind of bike is that? I'm like, it's a Himiway bike. Go check them out. Like, people are always turning their heads at us.
So have you, since you guys have gotten yours, I know it's only been a month, have you guys seen anybody else? Have you guys started any trends?
Not yet, but people are asking, like, if we got promo codes and stuff that we could give out. Like, everyone's interested, and people definitely want to buy some Himiway bikes.
Yeah, Park City's an interesting market though, because people won't start buying probably e-bikes until like the snow is gone again.
Yeah.
So people are asking for next season, like, which one should I get? Which one should I get?
Mm-hmm.
So I know some of the other people that I've talked to have said that riding an e-bike is like cheating because it's not a real bike.
It's definitely cheating.
Oh, so you would agree that it's cheating?
Well, cheating to what?
We're not like, so there's mountain bike e-bikes, and when you're mountain biking up a hill and you're like doing it for exercise, you're doing it for fun, and then somebody rips up behind you with an e-bike, and you're like, well, that's like.
That's cheating.
You feel bad, but I mean, this is different. Like, you're riding on the road. You're like riding. You're riding for fun, but you're also riding to like go to the grocery store and whatnot. So it's like not cheating. Like cheating, like that's taking your car, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing something active, being outside, being sustainable, and so anything. Like, I don't think that's cheating. Like,
I think this is just a whole nother way of life that people haven't experienced yet.
Okay.
Like, I think. Like, for the rest of my life, I can promise I will have an e-bike after this. This is like life-changing for sure. Everywhere I go. Yeah, I mean, so after we go out for a couple hours, we come back and we're not like full of energy. Like, we used energy riding our bikes, and I think we try and get as most out of like pedaling as we can while we do it. But there's definitely ability to get exercise using these bikes.
I think there's like two things like with e-bikes, right? Like, one's for fun and one's like for practical reasons. Like, I mean, people go for like bike rides just to like ride around the neighborhood and stuff, and that's one way. And like, this makes this more accessible in that like I can go for a bike ride and change how much energy expenditure I have to do, whereas if you're on a regular bike, like, you have to get home. Whereas like if you get tired, you went this far, like, or you wanna bike with someone who maybe has more energy or ability level than you can kind of meet their level with the extra battery, which is awesome. So like you can go enjoy biking with people that maybe you normally couldn't go enjoy biking with. So that increases accessibility. But also, I think that a lot of people want to change their lifestyle up, not drive as much, and like maybe bike to work or bike to the grocery store, but it's not practical because of how far away they live or the mountains. And so this increases your ability to potentially bike to work or bike to different errands that you might have that you normally couldn't.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, there was another guy I was talking to. He was only in his 40s, but he said that he had already had like 2 or 3 knee surgeries and his knees were terrible, and so he didn't really think that he could be super physically active without like jumping in a pool or something. And he got his e-bike and he's been loving it. It's been helping his knees. So it's good to see people getting out there and enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
So what are some of your recommendations that you give them on either Himiway or just e-bikes in general?
If you want one that goes fast, it can handle hills and go far, you got to get Himiway, because ours are better than everybody else's out there, and everyone's always
time.
like, how are yours going so fast? Second, you got to get a basket, because you're going to get stuff on your trips and you're going to need to be able to carry it home. And yeah, wear a helmet.